So welcome back to the Singapore Basketball Centre, and we are into the action here as Heart of Basketball face off with the Adriot Sports Association from the Bao Gong Temple, and there's a reason for it. This, of course, is the final of the boys under 16. It's been a decent enough start, and we've got an early violation as well, but that's only going to be a throw-in opportunity, definitely not a free throw. So it's a healthy start. Just to differentiate, well, the lads for you. I'll talk about pace. Well, the boys certainly have it together. So the Adriot Sports Association are in the blue with that flame-like front, while the Heart of Basketball are in full white. And that's finding the breakthrough, does it extremely well. Ruben Nathaniel with the first 2 points for Heart of Basketball. Adriot very keen on getting back, and yes they do. Doesn't take too long. It's 2-all now. It's off to Vincent Collin. Well, pulled away quickly by Kyron Katita. Kyron Katita, sorry, I do stand corrected. Now here's Vincent Collin. So Jared missing out on an opportunity there for Heart of Basketball. That's Kyron Katita who's looking to provide. A lovely interception there from the Heart of Basketball. Taking it forward now, it's Elvis Lim. So Adriot Sports Association, well, just a point behind as Heart of Basketball lead 5-4. Well, don't forget that Elvis Lim was also active in there, and if you're a fan of Elvis, you should catch the Baz Luhrmann production, which will be in theaters very soon. Well, did the real Elvis play basketball? I think not, but that's not going to matter, because this Elvis is certainly turning on the heat here. It's Heart of Basketball 7 and Adriot Sports Association 4. So Elvis Lim Yong Soon, he's been an interesting lad to watch. Well, Adriot Sports Association definitely wearing the funkiest of the outfits that we've seen today, or the jerseys. Always love a good bit of color rather than the more somber looking uniforms that most of us have donned at some point of time or the other. So 6:33 in, it's Heart of Basketball 7, Adriot Sports Association 4. Remember, this is the under 16 boys finals, and it's the last in the under 16 events. We've had 4 since the morning. We started off with the placement matches for the under 16 girls and then the lads, which was followed by the under 16 girls final, which was won by Siglap Black. And now we're down to the under 16 boys finals. Almost does it there for Jared Gunong. Here's Kyron. So with the under 16s, of course, ending with this very event, there's still a bit of time for it. We then move into the under 18s, where again there'll be 2 placement matches for the girls and the boys respectively, and that'll be followed by the finals for the girls and the boys respectively. So there's a lot more action coming your way. That's what I'd call a slow bank shot. You don't really want to take your time with that one, but Heart of Basketball just steadily increasing the lead. It's now 9 points to the lads in white. Snatched away by Jared. Will draw Vincent Collin into it. Here's Vincent. Now Elvis. And that's a beautiful three-pointer. Exceptional work being done here by him. So Elvis takes that scoreline up even further. It's now 12-4. And that did find its way through, much needed actually, and a good bit of relief here for Adriot Sports Association as they move up to 7 points. You want those three-pointers, and that's really where it can count. You want to make it, well, as many as you can knock in from a distance. And I always believe it's one of the most fantastic scoring systems in any sport when you talk about basketball. Well, the shots taken from a distance, well, earning you those 3 points. And then, of course, the easier ones or the more common ones give you that average of 2. But it's the free shots that give you that single point because you have no obstruction there for those. So it's a very well-structured point system. And if you actually sit to look at the depth of it, it makes a lot of difference as compared to most other sports. Adriot Sports Association, they want to get back into the action. Lovely layup there from, well, Nigel Long. So it's 12-9. Let's very quickly remind you that this is the Rigorer Youth Cup 2022. We are into the under-16 boys final. And interestingly, we also have to remind you that we're going to be here with you right through the entire day. It's a tight schedule. We had one game that ran into overtime, and that was the first game of the day. It really set the tone for us. Never really a big fan of one-sided affairs. Always do love a game to go down to the wire. It's always about the contest. Did take the leap of faith here, Elvis, but unable to, well, get in another one. Having said that, he's really been the big contributor in the first period. So I don't think that's going to bother him too much. He's got a lot of steam in him, the young lad. Well, Adriot not really, they haven't been exploiting their rebounds too well. That's where Heart of Basketball have made just a tad bit of a difference. The lads in white winning the hustle. Is there going to be a chance for, well, another few points? Having said that, Adriot Sports Association have actually drawn close. They're just about 3 points away. And we do have, well, a violation that will only offer a throw-in. But it is Heart of Basketball who've got the advantage of that call. So let's not forget, there is a lot more action, as I said, or promised, coming at you through this day. So don't go anywhere. And just in case you do find that we drop out of the zone for a second or 0.5 seconds, don't go anywhere. Just take glued to your screens. That's all the wonder of digital technology, and we vouch for it. So it's timeout, and there's a reason for it. The coach of Adriot would definitely be having a few words with his lads. He wouldn't want them to get into the break languishing behind. He would want an even score, and that's, I think, really what it's all about. So Heart of Basketball 12, Adriot 9 is where it stands currently in this game. Let's also quickly remind you that this is an initiative, or it's brought to you by Basketball Association of Singapore. That's the BAS. And the timer is very important. That's when your officials or you have, well, referees around to remind you. So just about a little over 2 minutes left. A lovely hustle, good recovery and pick up there, but unable to churn anything big out of it. But 10 on 10 there to that effort to Michael Christopher. And that's what you really need to be doing, to be, well, pushing as hard as you can for every single goal opportunity. Suppose this game there's going to be a slight break where you might want to get yourself some lunch, and we'll probably try and get ourselves some pizzas. Well, just saying that, but it's always good to get a bit of refreshment for yourself, because it's going to be a long session after that when we kick off the action at 3:30 p.m. So soon after this game there will be a break. Then from 3:30 p.m. we go all the way to 8:30 p.m. where the under 18s will take control of the court. So Heart of Basketball 12, Adriot Sports Association 9. And that's going to change. Because we've got a free throw opportunity here for Heart of Basketball, and it's Leong Kim Hong to take it after that personal foul. Well, on him. Well, the first attempt pretty much going wayward from Hong. So Leong Kim Hong. The second time around, we're just failing to nail it, but it's still going to be a decent enough lead for them to contend with. Heart of Basketball have got a decent enough lead over Adriot Sports Association, and they'll be probably just a tad bit happy with that. So 90 seconds of play left. Adriot restart the action through Kyron Katita. Collected on the outside now by Rafael Yang. They do get a throw in. Well collected there. Great interception coming from Vincent Collin. And as we head into the dying moments of the first period, let's very quickly remind you that it is Heart of Basketball 13, Adriot Sports Association 9. We've had great contributions coming there from the number 24, Elvis Lim. You've also had some exceptional work being done by Vincent Collin to create those opportunities for his teammates. Who wasn't too happy about his activity? Jared Gunong. As the referee did notice the violation, and he's granted it to the lads in white. A sneaky bounce pass that has worked. Beautiful assist there. And that's really what you need to be doing. So Rafael Young finding Kyron Katita, and a foul as well, which now gives Adriot Sports Association a time to draw level, or to draw close to the Heart of Basketball score. Well sunk, if you ask me, by Mohammad Ayman. So 13-12. And that's straight off the hoop from Vincent Collin. Well, last effort of the first period from Kyron Katita, and that's how it ends after the first 10. It's Heart of Basketball 13, Adriot Sports Association 12. Well, do stay with us as second period kicks in just a little bit down. Let's remind you that this, of course, is the Under-16 finals. It is for the Under-16 championship and for the Rigorer Youth Cup. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We've still got 3 more periods to go. But for now, with that slender lead, it is Heart of Basketball. It's the second period of play as Adriot Sports Association and Heart of Basketball renewed their pursuit for Under-16 glory here in basketball. This is the Youth Cup 2022, and let's not forget it's been a good start for both sides of the court. And there's a reason for it, because the scoreline reads that Heart of Basketball 13, Adriot Sports Association 12. We will, of course, continue the action right here. Barely 30 seconds into the second period. Don't forget, of course, at the end of this period, there's going to be a bit of a longer break, and that's the halftime break. And when we come back, we will resume the third period after that. So that's all happening right here, right in the heart of alternate. I do hope you had a chance to visit this place, and if you haven't, you should sometime. Got an excellent facility for, well, basketball matches. Well, decent enough effort coming in earlier from, well, the heart of basketball, and have noticed that the Adriot Sports Association defenders have just got a little bit slicker on the back line. Would have had a few words with their coach. And the only way to really outdo opponents who can score up close and personal is to actually restrict them towards taking the shots from the outside. And then you have that which happens when lads like Elvis Slim get almost every three-pointer in. It's now 16-12. So that's not the greatest game plan, is it? When the opposition can shoot from a distance. So certainly it looks like, well, that's a legal obstruction. Well, as long as you don't have grabbing, pushing, pulling, tripping, or the use of the knee, but referees called a violation all the same. The coach just checking in with the officials before play could resume. A call there from the official, and he's actually granted that too. So very clearly a penalty opportunity here. Granted to, well, Heart of Basketball. That's the reason for it. Well, there's foul on one end, and then there's dissent on the other end. Well, don't forget that the basketball is always going to be regarded as an instrument on the court. And referees don't take kindly to it when you do slam the ball down on the court. You can do that in the hoop. That's all allowed. That's another foul called, which means Heart of Basketball do have another golden opportunity here. And stepping up to take it, it's Alexander Patros. Well, don't forget, this is just the second period of play. Patros gets another opportunity, and he's nailed that through. Now that's what really counts. You want to make every single shot count. Was very impressed by the Siglap Black under 16 girls team earlier, gave us some fantastic opportunities, but Karen Katita won't get the benefit of that well effort. And here's Elvis. How often does he do that? Well, he's been a standout player here so far in these two periods. So 19-14. Well, if you can break away and drive straight through, do that on more than one occasions, shoot from afar, it pretty much goes to put your versatile basketball skills into spectrum. So missed opportunities aren't always going to count, but what really counts is that absolutely wonderful effort. And there's a fair bit of a chance that he could increase the points tally here as well. Very strong run and a beautiful execution there. He's also got the benefit of the fouls. So good work being done here by Matthew Collin. And that's valuable points in the back. So it's a 19-17 now. Colin adding 3 for the count, along with his free throw success. And just something tells me that this is going to be a close fought affair, no doubt about it. Here's Elvis Lim. Let's pull away smartly. Now Kyron. Kyron drawing in Matthew. And we've got one player excluded. Well, that doesn't happen too often. A repeat offense, and the referee just confirming that. So Matthew Collin certainly making it count. He's done it time and time again, and there was definitely a penalty there. You don't see players, well, sent off too often. And that's the second time around Matthew has been able to, well, provide his services. It's now 19-all. Can he take the lead here for his team? Well, just missing out on that. And the referee, well, granting him another. And he has put Adriot ahead for the first time. It's now Heart of Basketball 19, Adriot Sports Association 20. And Adriot now re-energized. They are looking at, well, increasing their goal count here. It's 22-21. Well, I did say this earlier, this was going to be a close fought affair, and it certainly is turning out to be one. You've got talented lads on either side of the midline. And that pretty much goes to show it. Alexander Pathros also comes to the party. It's now 23-22. So end-to-end action as the under-16 boys final continues. Let's not forget that we've still got 2 periods to go in this, and there seems to be no end in sight for the field goals or for every opportunity that sinks in through that net. So missing out on Well, the points count. It's Michael Christopher. Yes, Spathro's back again. Spathro's earning the rebound, but not the field goal. Well, decent enough effort from Adriot Sports Association. They're still a point behind. And another violation, well, picked up by the referee, which means now it's going to be a free throw. And stepping up to take it, it's Christopher. That's Michael Christopher. Or Christopher Michael. Well, success the first time around, you would think, but it's 23-22. And Adriot not willing to give up. 25 now. As Heart of Basketball will look to find a reply. Here's Elvis. And that's how you do it. Well, he's an extremely wiry lad. He's got oodles of stamina, got great skills, and that's what you really want to look at. 25-25, as he's got his team back on a level footing. Well, for my money, one of the finest players we've seen here today. So Adriot Sports Association, well, tied on 25 points with Heart of Basketball in the under-16 final of the Rigorer 2022 Youth Cup. Just as we talk, a quick lead granted there to Adriot. And that was by Christopher Michael. Michael's grabbed it away as well. Excellent work being done by him on the defensive and offensive fronts. So 3 minutes. We did have, well, a player being sent off earlier as well, and there was a reason for it. He had multiple fouls. Remember, you have 5 fouls, and you do get the marching orders. And while we talk of the marching orders, marching ahead are Adriot Sports Club with 29 points to Heart of Basketball's 25. Having said that, well, HOB have got plans their own. Well, a really, really silly slip up there on the part of Heart of Basketball, and they've been punished for it. Very quick movement from Amirul as far as he got the better of Gabriel. Yes. So this is where it really makes the difference. You want to try and avoid all those little glitches that you might have in your game. It's 31 Adriot Sports Association, Heart of Basketball on 25. So just about 2.5 minutes left before we can hit the end of the second period. It's been an interesting event for us. Well, we had a first lad shooting 4 3-pointers by himself. We had our first lad being sent off. So it's all heating up here at the basketball center. And as we get further into this day, it's going to change a lot. So currently, HOB is still very much, well, in the game, but now they're trailing Adriot Sports Association. So Heart of Basketball have it all to do here. They've got to find their way back, and it's those mistakes like that. It's a second time around. Slippery fingers there from Tyler. And they've been punished a couple of times over for it. So that's 25-33 now. Started off very strong in this game. Heart of Basketball, and they've just kind of, well, dropped off the radar just for a little bit. They're not too far behind, but, well, two very, very silly slip-ups on their part. And that three-pointer much needed, and that's what he does. Well, he's had 4-5 of them today, probably. A wonderful effort there from Elvis Lim. So 28-33. And he does it again. Another 2 points in. And this is really what makes the difference. When you have a player like him, well, where you can be relentless in pursuit of the goal, hungry for goals. It's off now to Colin. Well, lovely block there by Rafael Young, but not for too long. It's now back to even Stevens as Heart of Basketball full level, 33-33 into our last few seconds of play. Here's Kyron Katita. Collected and deposited, making use of the rebound. Exceptional work being done here by Christopher Michael and Adriot Sports Association have done just enough to take that 2-goal cushion into halftime. So it's Heart of Basketball 33 and Adriot Sports Association 35 at halftime. Join us in just a little under 5 minutes back again as we get into the third period of play. This is the under-16 finals being played out in the Rigorer Youth Cup 2022. I'm Glenn Mascarenas, and we are still with you, coming at you live from the Singapore Basketball Centre. So welcome back to the Singapore Basketball Centre as we continue with our coverage of the Rigorer Youth Cup 2022. It's pretty much down to the under-16 finals. It's been a very close fought affair between Heart of Basketball and Adriot Sports Association so far. And Adriot goes just with that 2-point cushion getting into the end of the first half. So right here, as we start off the second half, or to be precise, the third period of play, we do have to remind you that this is really what these teams have been working for quite a bit of time. Of course, the tournament itself was absent for 2 years, so getting back in was heartwarming. Getting back to the action for all of us has been really, really exhilarating, and I do hope that you enjoyed the fact that we are back in business, and so is Elvis Lim. That's another beautiful three-pointer from him. Well, he does that so well from the outside, and well, does love to go at it from an angle. By default, always prefers to go in from the side rather than behind the free throw line. And here, of course, we have another reply coming from Adriot. So 36-37 is how it stands. You always want to see those opportunities well created, and here's the beauty of these two teams right before our eyes. There's not too much of activity as far as the free throws are concerned. It's more really very active goal scoring and field goals that they've been concentrating on. Always a chance here for Patros. He's got a good shooting arm too. But Kyron Katita almost does it. Fancy block put up there by Vincent Polan. Well, on the counter, very quick actually, Jared. And that's one of the rare ones missed by young Elvis Lim. Well, he does prefer the shots, as I said, from the side. Damage control, and he does exceptionally well here. He also has been a good talent towards Christopher Michael. So the Heart of Basketball and Adriot Sports Association will still locked in battle here. We are heading towards the halfway mark of the third period, where it stands at Heart of Basketball 38, Adriot Sports Association 39. And that's another one through. So Christopher Michael, well, turning on the heat here for his team. And Adriot Sports Association just managing to keep that slight gap between them and their counterparts. So it's 41-38. Heart of Basketball also not willing to give up. They've got great talent in there. Well, a miss here. Not too often for Alexander Pathros. He's missed only 3 shots. Elvis Lim has missed 2. But Elvis picking it up. And here to prove me wrong. But decides to go in for the bounce pass. And does exceptionally well to draw a goal out. So Vincent Collin with the assist. And Elvis Lim with the finish. 41-40. Heart of Basketball is fighting back. And that's another one through. So currently, as it stands, it's still very much, well, a battle. Oh, what a finish that is. Absolutely delightful, and every time there is a misdemeanor, of course, you will hear a whoop of joy. So Heart of Basketball now at 43, Adriot Sports Association at 46. Well, can he make this count? It's Rafael Ung. Missed out on that opportunity, and that's grabbed by Jared. So opportunity knocks this time for Jared Ganong as well. And he'll accept it gracefully. So it's 44-46. It's just amazing how these teams have played tag with each other right through the entire contest. Well, almost banked that. Almost. So 43-46. Still a little over 4 minutes left in this period of play. Well, Elvis struggling to get that through. Defensive measures put up, and there's a push. Well, picked up very clearly by the referee. And there will be a throw-in opportunity. It's taken by Vincent Collin. another miss here for Elvis. But, well, Heart of Basketball are still going to keep at it. 44-46. 3 minutes to go in that third period of play. It's been an extremely high-scoring match. Well, to be precise, our highest-scoring match of today so far. There's always room for change after that. Wonderfully done. Wonderfully done once again. And Adriot Sports Association will delighting here. 48-44. Well, almost does it for young Jared Ganong. Well, as we, of course, do cover this game, let's not forget that the under-18s are slowly stepping in, and that is for their placement match, and that's the under-18 girls. We will see them in action too. It's only a matter of time. Don't forget, we've also got the prize presentations, as my good friend Leandro has just reminded me, and we've got to stick with that. That'll happen in just a little bit, but we've still got a game on to find out who's going to win that. Absolutely wonderful end-to-end action here, and it's really now is becoming a bit of an ask here for Heart of Basketball. It's 40 and Adriot Sports Association on 50. Into the last 2 minutes of this period. Remember, there'll be one more period to go after that, and that'll be, of course, the decider as to who finishes top of the heap here in the under-16 contest. Almost does it here for Nigel Long. That's taken away. Well, he's certainly got some great dribbling skills, doesn't he, Elvis Lim? That's another wonderful reverse layup from him. He's done exceptionally well in today's, well, contest. It's now 46-50. And I was just talking about how this is the pathway to the national squad. There you have another wonderful three-pointer knocked in there by Nigel Long, who's made it 53. Heart of Basketball do need to, well, pull up their socks as soon as they can. Here's Pathros, lovely assist there. And what a wonderful finish. Very smart play by Alexander Pathros. Well, just drawing his teammates into it. Got Jared Ganong involved as well. It's 48-53 now. And talk about another three-pointer. He's done it before, he'll do it again. So Nigel Long really coming to the party twice here with 6 points consecutively. That's 3 and 3. 48-56, and he stretched it very well for Adriot Sports Association. So 36 seconds of play left, and it couldn't get more exciting than this as we get into that fourth and final period. We, of course, will be here to take you through it, but let's not forget, in the fourth period, we will, of course, find out which of these two teams will be able to nail the glory. So for the time being, well, earning the points, and that's decent work being done by Jared Ganong as he knocks in his first effort. Missing out on the second, and Heart of Basketball unable to capitalize on the rebound. It's 49, Heart of Basketball and Adriot Sports Association 56. Almost a decent finish coming in there from Colin Matthew. But they're not going to be concerned too much. Here's Alexander Pathros. Well, Pathros drawing in Jared Ganong. Jared almost being able to drive that through. And that's pretty much it as far as the third period is concerned, as Heart of Basketball will are on 49 and Adriot Sports Association will take a 7-point lead into the end of the third period. or into that last small break. It's 49-56. Do well join us for the fourth and final period to find out which of these two teams will cap off the tournament win in the under-16s. A fairly decent lead actually over Heart of Basketball, and that's the lead that they amassed at the end of the third period. So it's Heart of Basketball 49, Adriot Sports Association 56. Remember, we finished off with the girls under 16 finals earlier, which was won by Siglap Black in a very impressive performance by the young ladies. And now, of course, our young lads on field, on court, putting up a great display of skill. It's been wonderful to watch both sides of the court actually come out with some fabulous play as well as fabulous skills. So as it currently stands into that last bit, now let's not forget this will be followed by the prize presentation for the under-16s, and then we will kick off the under-18 contest, which again will be the girls under-18 placement game, followed by the boys under-18 placement game, and then the girls under-18 finals, and finally the boys under-18 finals. Karen Katita. A very sneaky pass there to his teammate Mohammad Ayman, and a superb finish by Ayman. So 58-49, the lead now is growing, and Heart of Basketball have got to do something quick. Here's Patros. Patros goes in for the solo effort and always does well on his one step. So it's now 51-58, 7 points adrift still. Well, taking the time factor into consideration, they will certainly have to work something out. Heart of Basketball. So 8 minutes left, 8 minutes of action, and it's going to be an interesting one to find out what exactly, well, will take place here, as Heart of Basketball have drawn fairly close, but they're still 9 points adrift from Adriot Sports Association. We've got the timeout, and I'm sure that the Heart of Basketball coach would definitely have a few words there for his teammates, for his lads. And that's going to be interesting to find out what comes of that. And I do have, well, right next to me, I did mention this earlier, the under-18s, well, placement match contestants are stepping in. And you've got all the young ladies who've stepped up. It's going to be a different kind of contest watching them, because watching the under-16s, of course, you did see some really great action. And believe you me, it just gets even faster. Well, just that slight age difference, which is why you have three categories of the under-14s, the under-16s, and the under-18s in the Youth Cup. Of course, the under-14s, well, did finish off their event on Thursday itself. Well, Pathros going for gold. Did get a good bit of help there from his teammate, Leong Kim Hong. Here's Elvis Slim. Jared. Just getting the area cleaned, and we need to do that every now and then. And if you don't have, well, volunteers, you always have, well, officials who actually help out with that, because, well, slippery surfaces on polished wood, well, that can be really detrimental, and you could have players just getting hurt. Talk about dribbling skills, and I've been saying this a couple of times over. Elvis Slim delighting us, and what a finish there from Vincent Collin. Out of basketball now on 55 points. Adriot Sports Association on 62. And you really want to try and avoid, well, giving your opponents too much of a lead, because that's what makes the difference when you get into the final part of play. As it currently stands, Heart of Basketball still very much, well, in the match, and Adriot Sports Association, well, almost in it to win it. A narrow miss there for Vincent Collin, and you do want to try and capitalize on every single opportunity, because once missed, it can be detrimental. Pathros, well, blocked off well, and here's where the Adriot, well, defense has been really strong, but Vincent Collin makes amends for his miss earlier. It's now Heart of Basketball 57, Adriot Sports Association 62. And that's end-to-end action. Adriot not willing to give up. Well, on the lead that they have. It's 57-66. And the Heart of Basketball defense will have to be very, very cautious, because the lads wearing the shades of blue are certainly going, well, for a win here. If you just give them the opportunity, will that be a three-pointer? Fails to sink that in, but Elvis Slim has put in a great performance. And even with that block, lovely finish there from Kyron Katita. 57-68. So Heart of Basketball 59, Adriot Sports Association 68. That's where we stand currently. And it has been, well, a really exciting, well, time for us. So we get into the last 5 minutes of the action, and it certainly looks like there might be, a bit of room there for a few conversations, and the timeout will officially help that. So let's figure out whether Heart of Basketball can get back into it. They're still just 9 points adrift, and 9 points is never a big ask when you have 5 minutes to go. So the action continues right here at the Singapore Basketball Centre, and this is right here in the heart of Adriot. My name is Glenn Mascarenas, and I'm here to take you through the entire day's proceedings. We do have the prize presentation, which kicks off in just a little bit, and then let's not forget that'll be followed by the under-18 placement game, and soon after that there will be the under-18 placement game for girls first and then for boys, and then the same routine will follow for the under-18 finals. So it's all happening right here at the Adriot Singapore Basketball Centre. And let's not forget, as I said this earlier, and I'll remind you about it time and again, well, this is really where the cream of the crop get sorted out. You sort out the wheat from the chaff. Well, not really, but it's that part where you do have scouts, and you do have, well, a lot of people from the Basketball Association who do have their eye on you, and the cream of the crop gets sorted out, and you do find your way up to the national level or to the national squad. Having said that, of course, we do have a whole lot of athletes who do represent Singapore nationally with us. We've got a number of them that we shall get you introduced to later, including Charmaine, who's the national goalkeeper for the Singapore women's floorball team. Did see her in action just a while back, and I was lucky enough to have covered that really exciting event. So she's going to be, well, alongside, and she'll be taking care of the tech aspect of it. Talk about dual skills for these girls, and they really do excel in it. So great amount of excitement here at the Singapore Basketball Centre, as Adriot, of course, do plan to knock another one in. And Matthew Collin, oh, he's been absolutely delightful in today's event. Really looking to put that game out of the hands, out of reach, as far as Heart of Basketball are concerned. Under 5 minutes left. It's Heart of Basketball 59 and Adriot Sports Association 70. So it still is doable, if you ask me. But having said that, it certainly looks like, well, Adriot are very keen on putting this game out of the hands of Heart of Basketball. And we've got a call from the official. So we had a couple of timeouts in today's game, and there's a reason for it. But Adriot Sports Association will definitely using every single one of the timeouts that they've had, and well, I'd say they're smart enough to do that. So here we go, Heart of Basketball have it all to do now as we get into the last 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Adriot do have a game plan. The coach, of course, did have a few words with them. Having said that, here's Pathros. Alexander Pathros does have a very flamboyant style of play. He will win the benefit of that call. That's going to be Vincent Collin to take it. Picked up by Jared. Back to Vincent. But how important is that pivot foot when you think about it? Well, just to avoid any sort of a violation. Jared, well, missing out on a very, very crucial effort here. And you do want to make this count. You do want to make sure that you actually can nail every single effort that you can, because if you fail to hit the target, you fail to net one in, and then time, of course, will get away from you. Here's Elvis. So Jared Ganong almost stepping in to pick it up. Well, you would think that most of those free throw opportunities would dry up at a crucial time, and that's when you most need them. Well, Pathros rising high, unable to find the target. And the referee, well, calling that violation, which means it's another opportunity presenting itself on a silver platter here for Adriot. Stepping up for the free throw, here's Rafael Nang. Sigh of relief there for Heart of Basketball, definitely. And a second sigh of relief, I'd say. Well, did try to make amends, Christopher Michael. He's been absolutely fabulous with his efforts too. And well done, Vincent Collin, fighting back for his team. It's now 61-70. And that's pulled away easy. Should be able to get this through. So Jared, well, turning up that volume to a 63. And the Adriot coach will be very concerned about the defense. And this time around, Colin Matthew unable to, well, did slip. Here's Elvis. Jared. It's back to Elvis. Jared Ganong, well, missing out entirely this time. A quick word there by the referee to Ruben Nathaniel. Here's Kyron Katita pulling it away. Well, sweet enough drive, a sweet enough assist, and well, a killer finish. A slight injury worry there as well. So it's Heart of Basketball up to 63, and it does look like, well, Rafael Young, well, did take a tumble on the wrong foot. Well, sometimes the craziest aches and sprains can knock in, but having said that, 72 points, that's where Adriot are stuck on. And if we said this was a high-scoring match, it's getting even further. So there's every chance. Well, if we hit that 90 mark, then it's going to be interesting. So 2 minutes, 23 seconds left. It's been end-to-end goals here from both sides of the court, but let's not forget that Heart of Basketball are, well, lagging behind, and it's 9 points much that they've got to catch up with. Well, keeping in mind the fact that the ASA have been very, very well aggressive with their scoring as well, doesn't make it too easy. Pathros blocked off extremely well by Christopher Michael. I stand corrected, that was blocked off by Mohammad Ayman earlier. Nigel Long looking for the reverse layup, just about fails to nail it. And Karen Katita, well, also with his own effort. So 63-72 is as it stands, and we've got, of course, a foul. So opportunity here for Karen, it looks like, but it's a timeout first. Just a little over 90 seconds left before we find out who will be crowned under 16 champions in the Rigorer Youth Cup 2022. And it's time to get straight back to business right here at the Singapore Basketball Centre. We've been with you live since the early part of the morning, coming at you live from the Al Junaid complex, where you have the swimming pool, the Geelong Sports Complex swimming pool. A lovely finish there from Karen Katita. And, well, let's not forget that we are going to be live with you till the sun goes down and even after, because that's when the under-18s will kick in. Just post-surprise presentation. Katita misses out on the second one, but he's not going to worry too much, as they've got a 10-point lead, and that might be just might be enough to hold them through to lift the championship. So here it is, Heart of Basketball 63, Adriot Sports Association 73. We've had timeout after timeout, and the reason for that, of course, is, as we said earlier, 2 timeouts per team in the first half and 3 timeouts in the second half. So as we get into the second half, it's very important, of course, to see that you can make every timeout count. And if you need it, well, you should just use it. There are a couple of instances in games where coaches don't really use the timeout, and it's just their style, because they expect players to follow a certain routine, or probably if the team is, well, sticking to everything that the coaches ask them to do. I don't know how often that does happen, but all the same. So it's just about 1 minute and 29 left. And Heart of Basketball have got it all to do here. Will they be able to dig deep? Will they be able to come from behind to claim it, even though the advantage currently lies to the Adriot Sports, even with possession? And it's Christopher Michael being kept away. But Karen Katita will draw in Nigel. Just got Mohammad Ayman in. Ayman does steamroll his way through. Unable to net it, but Adriot are keeping the pressure on. And things aren't turning out too well here for, well, Heart of Basketball. Another foul and a personal violation means Mohammad Ayman will get a shot. Well, misses the first one. And the second, here's Alexander Pathros. Sips it to Elvis Lim. Elvis unable to connect it, but Heart of Basketball do know there's still a bit of a chance here for them. Well, anything could transpire in 58 seconds, although 10 points adrift is still, well, sitting on the edge of whether you can make it through or not. And Karen Katita, of course, wants to put this game out of the hands. And damage control being done there by his teammates. So the points, well, just stretching away now at 75 to 63. And it was Amirul Afza, well, to just extend the lead that Adriot Sports Association have. And this is certainly turning out to be a bit of an Ori situation. And here he comes in once again. So two fancy efforts from Amirul Afza. 39 seconds left. Quick timeout there for Heart of Basketball. It's beginning to look like a very difficult ask as HOB sit on 63 points and the ASA are on 77. Last 39 seconds, the last roll of the dice, and to find out who can claim a victory here today. Remember, the placement matches, of course, are for the third best place, but it boils down to the tournament matches or the finals that really lead to finding out who will win the prize or not. We've got the prize presentation that'll follow in just a little bit. And that, of course, then will be followed by the under-18 action with the girls taking center stage, followed by the lads, and the girls again for the finals, and finally the boys under-18 finals to cap off the day's events. Adriot Sports Association still very much with it, and that's another one through. This time it's Elliot Siu who finds the target, 79-63, and Heart of Basketball, well, just a bit disheartened by that turn of events. And they pretty much are going to wait for that count out. So that's full and final here. And at the end of the fourth period, it was a tough fought game from Heart of Basketball, and you would take a lot of heart from their performance, but it is Adriot Sports Association that cap it off with the win. So Heart of Basketball 63, Adriot Sports Association from the Bao Gong Temple 79 as they win the under-16 championship. So the ASA reigns supreme here, and they will join Siglap Black, the ladies team, or that's the under-16 girls team, in celebrating their triumph in the under-16s. Don't go anywhere, because the Rigorer Youth Cup 2022 prize presentation for the under-16s kicks off in just a little bit. My name is Glenn Mascarenas, and I'm here with you right till the end of the day. The under-18 action that is for the placement game for the girls, followed by the lads, and then of course the finals for the girls, followed by the lads, kicks in after that. Don't go anywhere, stay with us, because we are here with you right through the entire day.
Last game, flashes by all teams together and center off, please. that we have lots of activities going on right here. Singapore Basketball Center, we have performing from basic ball, activity, and we have also or we have one that got the good girl from the Golden Chief. It's offering you 5 dollars. Good movement going on right here. Of course, next up, we will be having our prize presentation ceremony for under 16 boys and girls category. Okay, we'll be moving on with our prize presentation ceremony. First game is the Rigorer Youth Cup 2022 under 16. We'll be starting off with our girls category. Before we do the award presentation, we like to invite our presenters. Let's give our hands and welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Jacob Kao Jin Wei, Director of Rigorer Singapore. Welcome, sir. Number 16 goes fourth placing. Let's go from Tian Qi. Because each team will be working their medals, the team trophy, non-products, coffee sponsored by Bio Singapore, and for sports, veterinarians, by our title sponsor, Rigorer Singapore.
Okay. Come, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Team Royal.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more, 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations, team. Next up, in third placing, Team Bao Gong Basketball Cup record. It's over under 16 girls second place. Let's welcome the Bao Gong Chai Yu. Ladies and gentlemen, Rigorer Youth Cup 2022 under 16 girls champion, Siga Black. Thank you very much. Congratulations to Siga Black. Right now we move on to the special award for under 16 girls.
1, 2, 3.
We have 5 special awards coming up, starting off with the best point guard. And it goes to, from Chongqing, number 21, Madeline Sophie Law. Congratulations. Next, we have our black shooting guard from Sigla, number 11, Tan Shu Yen. Next up, we have best small forward from Hillcrest, number 9, Linet Lao Yi Sing. Next special award, best power forward goes to Wycombe, number 17, Lin Yi Chu. And last award for the special category under 16 girls best center goes to Sigla, jersey number 1, Latina Rigorer. Right, and now we move on to under 16 boys category. And the prize for the under 16 boys category will be getting a medal, a team trophy, medal products sponsored by Mother Singapore, and sports merchandise by title sponsor Rigorer Singapore. Fourth place, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for KXU. Congratulations team, and at third place, let's give a round of applause to Sika Ray.
Okay, look here. Ready, ready. Look here, look here, look here. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Congratulations. And in second place, let's welcome Heart of Basketball.
Okay, look here, look here. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Alright, good.
Congratulations. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Rigorer Youth Cup 2022 Under 16 Boys Champion, Adriot Sports Association, Bao Gong Central.
You all getting a center. You all use a center to.
Next, we have best shooting guard from Adriot U16. Thank you very much for the guest of honor. Mr. Jacob Hall. Thank you. That's right. We need the teams to clear the court because we will